Nadya's identity files. Wait, there we go.
All right.
We have everybody here with us today. One virtually powered and harnessed only by the Wi-Fi waves.
Magic.
And the other, because he's here with me in the flesh. Hello,
Amen to
everyone.
that.
This is so cool. Like, literally, Moses, you're our first Skype in round table, because the first person that I had Skype in, she we just did our individual interview, and I don't think that we did the round table. At least I'm carving my brain here. I'm like, did we? I don't think so. So this is cool.
Cool. I'm glad to be a part of it, man. This is dope. Yeah.
Yay. So we were just bantering back and forth before we went live again, and talking about how it's interesting, Moses, how your name, you literally have embodied the identity that you were given.
Yes.
I mean, in our cases, we decided that we wanted
We're like,
to
let's
change
find
our
something
names.
fun.
Let's change our names.
Right.
And find names that feel more in line with ourselves. But it's you, in your journey, you've kind of folded into the identity you were given.
It was
which is
cryptic.
very interesting.
It's awesome.
What do you make of that? We're both interviewing you now. That's just how things have changed. Sorry.
Right, that's so round table.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you swooping in?
For the record, I'm really not that interesting. I'm just a plain.
Oh, blah, blah. Humility is only cute the first time around, bruh. We already saw that.
I mean, that's just me, though. I mean,
I'm messing with you. Come on, pull out your S on your chest. We know you the shit.
Nah, thank y'all. I feel like I really believe in the spoken word. I believe in speaking things that are not, and as though they may be there, and then letting it become so. I mean, because I saw that happen in my life. My father said hey, you're the oldest of my seeds. I mean, I'm the oldest of 6, so
there's your big family,
right?
Yeah, so it's
for me, though.
I was. He said you're gonna be a leader. He spoke it over me.
Amen.
And I mean, and I believe that to be real. I feel like everything that's happened in my life, I said, I want to do this first, and then I willed it through. And so I think there's something to it. I mean, I kind of wonder what would happen if I didn't say it first, and I just went for it with my will and my energy. I always wonder about the things that I accomplish. What would have happened if I didn't speak it first? And I look at the things that I'm proud of that I've accomplished. I always say, I'm finna do that. I'm finna kill that. And then I go and do it. And then I'm like, dang. And so I don't know. I'm a product of the spoken word. So that's where my name is at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I was trying my best not to interrupt. I'm a big mouth, so I was doing my best. I was biting my tongue. I was just thinking to myself, these affirmations, which is basically what they are, you're affirming what you know your life to be, what your capabilities are, what your talents and your skills entail, and then you go after it. Not to tell you what to do, live your life, boo. But I'm just saying, since I'm such a big mouth, why waste your time worrying about what would have happened if you didn't? The blessing is that you know that you can. You know what I mean? You have infinite possibilities, and you claim them, and then you make them so. You manifest them. So, fuck what it would have been. Who cares? It ain't that. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good. I'm a thinker. I process, good and bad, and I'm a winner too. I don't like taking L's. So and I know you're gonna take an L, and I'm okay with taking an L. But when I do take an L, I process. So
good for you.
That's kind of part of me processing and deeper.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it in that respect.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You have to, because if you take the L and then you don't learn from it, what the fuck is the point?
Right.
You know what I mean? Seriously, sorry, kind of got a potty mouth, but this is the venue for it. Thank goodness.
Pretty much, it really
Thank
is.
goodness that I can say.
You have such a strange way of talking. People say that to me because I'll go back and forth between using expletives and saying a word superfluous.
Yes,
or,
that's like my girlfriend.
Extraneous and ubiquitous, which by the way are not GRE words. If you just picked up a book and read
then you
it,
would
people
know.
So
I love big words. That's so funny.
Yes.
No, it's all good. That's the way I am too.
All right, that's what's up.
Right? I think it's just the way to be, guys.
I do too. If you can't be multifaceted, what the hell?
What's the point?
What is the point, it's like talking to 2D. Seriously, this is all I'm getting right now. This is all you're gonna do. You're just gonna keep throwing me the same.
That's most people, unfortunately.
Is it?
I mean, a lot of people that I've met lately.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
indeed.
Moses, I don't get the impression you surround yourself with two-dimensional people. Am I right?
No, I try to. I feel like everyone in my circle is super different. Because I love diversity.
Yeah.
You know, my family's from Nigeria, but like my best friends are Hispanic, and my wife is white, and
how
so
the fuck did that happen, bruh? I mean, seriously, I'm always fascinated by that. No, on some real shit. And you know I'm not coming for you. This is no way, in any way, malicious. This is literally like fascinated. You, Keenan, is that his name? That's not his name.
Moses.
What's his name? Key. No, not Moses. The other one, the comedian Key that did Get Out. What's his name?
Oh my God.
What's his name, Moses? Is it Key? Whatever his name is. He's very funny. Peel, whatever. The point is, he's married to a white woman. Sorry. I mean, a lot of prominent, you know what I'm saying, pro-black, power to the people are married to white women. And I'm just confused a little bit about that.
The man lives in Dallas, number one.
Let me speak into that.
It don't be no chocolate girls in Dallas.
What's up?
It's no chocolate girls in Dallas. I'm curious. I, honest to God, want to know.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to extend our roundtable conversation for this.
Speak on it, please. Tell me what it is.
In the context of identity.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
So, in the context of identity, yes, this is good. So, for me, there's things I want to accomplish. I'm super driven, and I'm really passionate on being great. So, if you ask me, Moses, are you pro-black? I'm absolutely pro-black. I'm absolutely thinking about the culture, how I can impact the culture, how I can shift the culture. That is what I get. Everything in my life is centered around that.
Okay.
Now,
awesome sauce.
I look at how do I do that well. So I try to look at my circle and my circle of influence. I don't care what people look like, as long as you get with what I'm trying to accomplish, then I need you on the team. So my wife was totally in line with the things that I want to accomplish. And it's not like, and she just happened to be white. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've dated tons of girls and dated tons of African American girls, but I mean, at the time,
pick your words carefully, brother.
What's up?
I said, pick your words carefully. Tread lightly on this one. You've dated tons of African American girls and.
No, and it's just a season of life. It was a season of life that, like, I wasn't where I needed to be. They weren't where they needed to be. Okay. And now that I'm in a season of life where I'm really focused on really shifting the world and watching it become different, I always ask God to send people in my life that'll help me make that happen. And I'm just sensitive. I'm sensitive to what's happening. And so she happened to be in my life at the time where I've made this shift. So it was an easy yes. But to me, it has nothing to do, like, I mean, you know, there's nothing to do with color. It's just my goals and what we're trying to do here.
So tell me how you and your wife together, I mean, obviously you're very, like, you work a lot in the community. It's interesting to me how you were talking about how she's in line with your mission. So do you two together, like, worked in different ways to build community in Dallas, or what does she do? I'm curious.
Yeah, so it's really cool. Like, me, I'm a big vision kind of guy. So I'm a kind of guy that'll bring the rah-rah, that'll motivate people, that's really loud, that'll get it turned up, and then I'll bring like 40, 50 people with us. But what she brings to that is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. She helps bring the linear, like, very detailed-oriented aspect to what I do. Because I can do it, I just don't do it well, and my brain hurts when I think about the details and think about the weeds. I'm not great at that. What I am great at is getting in front of people and giving them the mission and giving them vision and asking them to join us. And I am great at executing, but I'm not super great at building a plan of execution. Like, I think 90% of the things that I've accomplished in my life, I've just willed my way through it, and I didn't really have a thorough plan, but I had so much will that it happened. She helps me come up with, like, something that makes sense, and that's a plan on top of my will, then it's, like, really highly executed well. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
sure
that makes
does.
Sense.
Yeah.
So that's what she brings to the table, you know.
That's what's up. I'm sure she's awesome, and I'm not trying to make this personal at all.
Right. Moses, I think it's your turn to drill Kitty.
Yeah, please bring it, boo. What's up?
I want to know more about the like you said in the moment when you got the BT opportunity, you were like, whoa, this had to be God.
Oh yeah.
This is a question that recently has been brought to me that I've been wrestling with, is how much of it was God and how much of it was will.
You know what? I wrestle with that myself, but I try my best not to focus on the percentages or determine like, well, what part should, because for me, I like yourself, and I think that we do share that kind of enthusiasm and that drive in life. Like, I'm not about to sit down. I'm not done. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination finished somehow and I'm on to something else. I don't understand when people say, oh, it's so dope, you never gave up. What does that look like? I don't know. So my point is that I would continue to beat down a door, and it just happened to be BET. I believe it's divinity because the way it played out was just, it couldn't possibly have been me. I just showed up, you know what I mean? And God already had that in place. I didn't know Tracy was at BET. I didn't know she was going to introduce me. I didn't know she was given none of those things were a prerequisite in my going up there. So I have to think that my higher power intervened and said, you know what, I'm gonna need you to put on some cute clothes and take your ass up here and see what's what today. You know what I mean? I believe that because it just makes sense in the way that it went down. So I don't know which, I don't know if it was 50-50 or 40-60 and none of it really matters to me. I just know that I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. So I knew that if that wasn't where my strength lied, that there would be something else around the corner. And the good news is that's where it came together. Because I think that it wasn't just, it was so outside of the realm of regular that I couldn't wait to get started. You know what I mean? Even today, I'm so excited about the fact that I get to say, yes, I was Cedar. I mean, it kind of blows some people's minds. Some people that care enough or gave it, watched it as a kid or whatever the case, they're like, well, no way, what the, it's kind of dope. You know what I mean? Because she wasn't the most articulate or any of the rest of that. She had a backstory, and yes, she was ghetto as a motherfucker, but that's why we did that on purpose, like, because the kids listen to ghetto and all this, it was very loving hip-hop, boo.
Yeah.
But that's what people tuned into. And so I just feel like for me, I would have created something regardless, but I'm really grateful that opportunity that God said, no, we're going this way now. You know what I mean? And I, like yourself, I read all the time, like, well, what if I had chose this? Would it have gone this way? But I find myself, I will literally spend an entire day unraveling all day. So I can't let myself do that too much. Yeah. Because then it becomes a whole, I started out amazing. Like, oh my God, I got a call back. And then, well, what if I didn't get a call back? And I wonder what they, like, oh, bitch, shut it down. Because I'll just think all day. Yeah, exactly. Something, girl. Do something else with your life. Because otherwise, I will go nuts. My brain just doesn't stop. So I have to focus on the good and be grateful for the bad. Sometimes I just sit in my bad. That's challenging
sometimes.
It is. It can be.
You really have to literally, people talk a lot about shifting your mindset. Yeah. And there are often times there are times I will admit where I don't feel like shifting my fucking mindset. I was about to say
you just don't want to do it.
I'm like, you know what? I feel like feeling like an angsty ass bitch today because number one, I have a headache. Number two, X, Y, or Z client is getting on my nerves. Right. And number three, this idiot next door is blasting music that's from 2002 that I don't want to hear. Right. Like POD. Sorry, I know they're aspirational, faith-based, or whatever, but I can't with the same song over and over and over, whatever.
They're looping me to death.
But then, it comes a point in the day where I know I have so much on my plate, especially when we are entrepreneurs, when we're building our own empires and we're trying to make an impact, more importantly, for other people so they can do same and see the difference, that having a positive mindset has in the world and in our personal lives. I'm like, you know what? You have so much to be grateful for. Amen. Stop complaining. Yes. You had your little, 6-hour.
But give yourself that, though.
But we have to give ourselves that. That's one thing that gets on my nerves about.
People are like, come on, change your mind. Why you got to be like that? Look, bitch, give me a minute.
The law of attraction, folks. Sometimes they get on my nerves because it's like, there's certain things that are out of our control, and I think it's important to know
Lots of things.
That's where sometimes I struggle with, some people who say that they're coming from a place of faith, like, well, God made it so. That person died because that car, truck, and this and that. Well, that's what God wanted. I'm like, you know what? I think that these people were just fucking awful drivers.
Right. Or they were drunk.
And that's not necessarily the case. But, at the same time, it's like, these things are out of our control. So how are we going to try and move forward and still maintain some sort of positive energy?
And that's why you sit in it, right? That's why you allow yourself the 6 hours or the 4 hours, whatever it takes. It might even be a full day.
Exactly.
I'm really not, I mean, literally, because I'm not the least bit ashamed, and I think mental illness needs to be something that's not whispered or some dumb shit. I suffer from depression. I got diagnosed way back when I was a teenager, and because I know that about myself and I know what it can do to me, I fight my ass off to make sure that I'm cognizant of my mood swings or not going to therapy or you know, if I'm prescribed meds, not taking them or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, as she, you know, Nadya so eloquently said, is so true. Everything outside of ourselves is beyond our control. I can't make this man on the bike get off the bike. Why not? You know what I mean? Why? Because he ain't gonna listen to my ass, and I wouldn't even jump out there.
You go out there,
he might say, he might also backhand me. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick to my guns on this one. The point is that I can totally see the big picture, and because I feel blessed that is the case. But I sit in my anger or my angst or my whatever I'm going through. Sometimes it's so fucking painful. You can literally feel it physically, but I know this too shall pass. That's like my favorite mantra of all time.
Absolutely.
Because in that moment, you think this is like death. Oh my God. And it feels like death.
It feels like that, but then we have to find our way to shift ourselves out. Well, you know what, guys? I unfortunately have to wrap the show.
Okay.
You know, I just feel like we could go on forever. Like, this is a really cool dynamic. I thank you both so much, and I'm sorry to cut it short, but it's already 12:20. It's hard to believe. I look at the clock, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Well, it's 2:20.
Well, thank y'all so much. Seriously,
thank you.
This is really good.
It's been wonderful, and we will reconvene soon. And again, I thank everyone so much. Thank you guys for watching.
Definitely.
And remember to stay strong and keep the faith.
Amen
Take care.
Good to meet you, Moses.